so I've been practicing. I'm forgetting all these words. The recipe we're doing today is coq au vin. That's how it's pronounced, coq au vin. It's like a cocoa van. It's like a van with Coca-Cola in it. Coq au vin. Okay? I want to talk to you about this first. So let's bring you in close and show you what beurre manie is. Beurre manie is another term that she uses, and I'm going to tell you right now, it's a simple thickening agent to thicken up the sauce, okay? But let me show you how to make beurre manie. This is just one way. I believe there's a few ways, but this is the one she recommends. So come on in close. Basically, we're going to take a glass dish, and we're literally just mixing two ingredients. We're doing butter and flour. And these two together is a version of beurre manie. So let's put this in here first. And then we're going to add this in later. I'm going to leave it at room temperature. Okay. And we're going to make sure it's mixed very well. There we go. Sorry about that. Had to get all that flour out. All right. We're going to make sure it's mixed very well. We're going to take a fork and we're going to knead it together with a fork. But it's called beurre manie. And this is coq au vin. And that's the dish we're doing today. This doesn't look so bad. I was panicking over this because this is one of her famous, like, beef bourguignon. This is the coq au vin, and this is all there is. So let me show you what I got. Here's the beurre manie we just showed you how to make. All right, that's the thickening agent we'll be using later. I got some already cooked bacon here that I did in another recipe, so I'm going to use that today. All right, we got an onion, garlic. Here's the chicken, star of the show. Chicken stock, red wine, brandy, tomato paste, pearl onions, thickly sliced mushrooms, carrots, thyme. And I believe that's it. So that's not looking too bad. It was more intimidating on paper than it was in front of me here. So let's get this started. We're going to start marinating our chicken first. So let's place the chicken in first. So I'm going to place the thighs on the bottom. There we go. So let's put the wine in first. Put the chicken stock in next. And the brandy. So this is what I'm going to do. As I prepare the vegetables, I'll move this meat around so that all parts get submerged. It didn't fill the top, so that's fine. If you have another container that you can put it in, I'd place it in that and try it again. Like square container, Ziploc bag, whatever. I'm just going to leave this all mixing together with the chicken stock, the wine, and the brandy. And it smells pretty amazing, I'm not going to lie. Now my bacon's kind of partially cooked. I'm going to crisp it up in here, render a little fat out of it. I'm just using my leftover bacon from another video, but you guys are probably going to have raw bacon, so it may take you a little bit longer to make crispy bacon, okay? So I'm going to cook this bacon till crispy. Once again, yours is probably going to be raw. If you got leftover bacon, just crisp it up a little bit more. All right, guys, you can see the bacon's done. It's crispy. I got a plate of paper towels, you'll see in a minute. I got a hot pan with the bacon, a little bit of bacon grease in it still. Leave it in there. I've turned off the flame so I can get everything done. Now go get your chicken. All right, I got my chicken. It's right here. Been marinating for about 2 hours at least. Probably more than that. I'm going to take it out. Drip, drip, drip. Take it out and put it on this. Put all your chicken on a paper towel. Put everything on the paper towel. Smells good. Drip, drip, drip. Get it all out here. And dry the chicken. Pat dry it with some paper towels. Soak up all that moisture. Okay? Now while you're pat drying, you got the legs still in the marinade. You got your thighs pat drying. Okay? And you got a hot pan. Let's put it back on now. We didn't want to burn our bacon grease or anything. It's around medium. Okay, you can see all the bits in there. Now I'm using the rock, so nothing's sticking. All that stuff is moving around there. Take your chicken and sear it for a while. Throw it in here. Alright guys, once you take that chicken out of the wine mixture, you got wine mixture left. Do not get rid of this wine mixture. Once again, do not throw this out. Save this. We're going to use that later. Alright? So this is a new plate, by the way. This is not a contaminated plate. So once the chicken's done browning, I'm going to put it on this clean plate. Got a little bit of grease on it, but basically, we're going to do all our chicken, save the wine marinade, and we will tell you what to do with that later. Okay, just seared all the... See how there's a little bit of oil still in there? Don't make sure there's not more than about 2 tablespoons of grease in there from the chicken and the bacon, okay? If there is a lot more from your chicken and bacon, take it over the sink, leave about 2 tablespoons in there, okay? Because the next thing we're gonna do, we're gonna throw in our onions and our carrots. We're going to cook these for about 7 to 8 minutes. Once you got that golden brown on the onions and your carrots are looking nice and roasted, okay, you're going to throw your garlic in right now and you cook that in for about a minute. Let's do that. We'll do that right now. Throw the garlic in. Should get fragrant within seconds. You could probably smell it already. Yep. Can you smell it? Oh. I can smell it. Beautiful. Just cook that in for about a minute. The next thing you're going to do is push all your vegetables off to the side here. Just for a little bit. Lower your flame a little bit because it's probably piping hot right now. You don't want to burn what you're doing next, okay? We're taking the paste and we're going to heat it up on this blank side. Okay? Just a few tablespoons. Just gently work that in and brown it. You'll see it become a darker shade. If it's popping like that, lower the flame a little bit more and get that all in there. Then you're going to take your wine reserve and pour it back in. You ready? This is why you saved it right here. Before we bring the thyme out, we're nestling our chicken back in into this wonderful goodness. Alright, put the thyme in here. Some have stems, some are just leaves, but this is just going to flavor the whole dish. It's going to be beautiful. Pour in whatever's left. There you go, looking good. Looking good. So we're going to cover this up and let it simmer for about 20 minutes. Okay, we've been a little bit of a high simmer. Been simmering for about 20 minutes. Next thing we're going to do, put the pearl onions in. Get those around everywhere. Work those in. Just let it simmer for about 10 minutes. Here we go. Put our mushrooms in. Get those worked in. And another 10 minutes. Here's the Julia Child part. You ready? You're taking out all the chicken. Bringing it all out, and I'll show you what to do. Alright, so we pulled all the chicken out. You're probably asking why. We're going to take that beurre manie that we made with the flour and the butter for thickening. We're going to throw that in here. Okay? If you can't get it all, get your fingers in there. Get it all. You want it all. There you go. Alright, and go wash your hands and mix in the beurre manie. Cook this down for a little bit till it gets to a nice thickness that you would like to see served. Alright guys, we've been letting this thicken up a little bit. Give it a good stir. You're starting to see how there's a little bit of a drag to the sauce, which means it's getting thicker. I'm still gonna let that thicken a little bit, but I'm gonna go to my next step. My next step is nestling in the chicken again. Put the chicken back in. Get all those pieces in. Simmer in this beautiful, thick, delicious looking gravy for about another 10 minutes, and then we'll be done, okay? Now it's where we get to put sprinkle the bacon. Mid holder's on. Let's take a look at it. And there it is. Coq Au Vin, Julia Child way. Right there. That's like that was a tough recipe. That's like doing beef bourguignon all over again. That was the hardest recipe I ever did. This is the second hardest. This looks beautiful. This looks amazing. It really does. All right, so let's take a leg out. Some bacon on there. That's beautiful. And then get some of that gravy on there. We're going to try this out. And carrot and an onion. Oh, this smells so rich. It smells like I went over to somebody's house who's mastered Thanksgiving. Did you notice how we treated each thing, browned it together, pulled it out, put it back in? Julia works her ingredients. She pulls it out, she thickens the sauce, she puts it back in, the chicken. It's amazing, absolutely amazing. So let's try the vegetables first. Ready? Here we go. Here is pearl onion. Such a rich flavor, bursting out of that onion. Okay, let's do the carrot. All right, now a piece of chicken. Here we go. The alcohols give such a good flavor to the chicken. I can taste the brandy marinated in it, the red wine marinated into it. Amazing. I'm just going to nibble on this little sample. I'm going to pack this up for dinner for tonight. Tammy's going to be so amazed. I'm telling you, I'm calling it right now. Beef bourguignon from Julia Child was the hardest recipe I did years ago, before I even came up with this idea. This is the second hardest I've ever done. It came out like bullets. It's beautiful. I can't tell you how much it is, how amazing it is. I can tell you that you got to try it. Got to attempt it. Get somebody to help you. Follow the recipe. It's down below. All right? And write me if you need help. Thank you, Julia Child, wherever you are. We love you. Bon appetit.